In the annals of military history, there are battles that defy logic. Battles where the math simply does not add up. Imagine standing in a desert. You are holding a sword. Behind you are 3,000 of your brothers. In front of you is the entire might of the Roman Empire. 100,000 legionnaires, backed by another 100,000 Arab tribesmen. The odds are not 10 to 1. They are not 20 to 1. They are nearly 66 to 1. By all accounts, this should be a massacre. It should be the end of the Muslim army. But amongst the 3,000, there is a man who has just joined the ranks of the believers. A man who fights with such ferocity that on this day he will shatter 9 separate swords against the armor of his enemies. This is the story of the Battle of Mu'tah, and this is the day Khalid bin Walid earns his name, the Sword of Allah. It begins with a crime that could not be ignored. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, sends an envoy, Harith bin Umair, to the governor of Busra to deliver a message of Islam. In the ancient world, envoys are sacred, they are immune. But Shurabil bin Amr, the Ghassanite governor ruling under Rome, breaks this universal law. He intercepts Harith, binds him, and executes him. This is a declaration of war. In Medina, the outrage is palpable. An army is mobilized immediately, 3,000 men. It is the largest Muslim army ever assembled up to this date. But against Rome, it is a drop in the ocean. As the army prepares to leave, the Prophet does something he has never done before. He appoints not 1, but 3 commanders in a specific order of succession. It is a chilling foreshadowing of the carnage to come. He tells them, the standard bearer shall be Zaid bin Harithah. If Zaid falls, then Jafar bin Abi Talib. If Jafar falls, then Abdullah bin Rawahah. And if Abdullah falls, the Muslims must choose a commander from among themselves. Among the ranks rides a new convert, a man who once defeated the Muslims at Uhud. Khalid bin Walid is marching to war, but this time he is a simple soldier in the ranks. The Muslim army reaches Man, expecting to fight a local governor, but their spies bring back news that freezes their blood in their veins. Heraclius, the Roman emperor, has arrived in the Balka region. He has brought 100,000 Roman troops, joined by another 100,000 Christian Arabs from the tribes of Lakam, Judum, and Balkane. 200,000 men. The Muslim War Council is paralyzed. Some suggest sending a letter to the Prophet for reinforcements. They hesitate for 2 nights. Then Abdullah bin Rawahah, the 3rd commander, stands up. He shouts to his men, "O people, what you dislike is the very thing you came out to seek, martyrdom. We do not fight them with numbers or strength. We fight them with this religion. Move forward." The spirit of the army ignites. They march to Mu'tah. The battle begins. It is not a battle. It is a collision of a wave against a cliff. Zaid bin Harithah, the beloved of the Prophet, leads the charge. He holds the white banner of Islam. He fights relentlessly, the spears of the enemy seeking him out. Finally, he is pierced by Roman spears and falls. The banner does not touch the ground. Jafar bin Abi Talib, the Prophet's cousin, leaps from his horse. He is a handsome man, 33 years old. He takes the banner in his right hand. He fights like a lion until a Roman soldier slices through his right arm. He does not retreat. He shifts the banner to his left hand. Another blow. His left arm is severed. Jafar does not let the flag fall. He hugs it against his chest with his bleeding stums. He holds it high until he is finally killed. Historians record that when his body was found, he had 90 wounds on his front, not one on his back. Abdullah bin Rawahah sees his friends die. He hesitates for a split second, a moment of human fear, then recites a poem to his own soul, forcing himself forward. He snatches the banner and charges. He too is martyred. The Muslim army is leaderless. Confusion reigns. The Romans are pressing in for the kill. Disaster is seconds away. Thabit bin Arqam, a companion from the Ansar, grabs the fallen banner and shouts, "O Muslims, agree on a man among you." They look at him and say, "We choose you." But Thabit knows his limits. He looks through the dust and blood and sees the one man who was born for this moment. He rides to Khalid bin Walid. "Take the banner, O Khalid," Thabit yells. Khalid, humble in his new faith, replies, "I will not do it. You are worthier than I. You are older and fought at Badr." Thabit insists, "Come, I only took it to give it to you." The Muslims agree. Khalid takes the standard, and suddenly the rhythm of the battle changes. For the first time, Khalid is in supreme command of a Muslim army. But he is not commanding from the rear. He is in the center of the meat grinder. The sources tell us of the fury Khalid unleashed that day. He didn't just direct troops, he became a whirlwind of destruction. He later recounted, "On the day of Mu'tah, 9 swords were broken in my hand. Only a broad Yemeni sword survived in my hand." Think about the force required to break a steel sword on a battlefield. Then imagine doing it 9 times in a single afternoon. He checks the Roman advance. He holds the line. But Khalid is not just a brawler. He is a strategist, not a brawler. He knows that 3,000 men cannot defeat 200,000. If they stay until morning, they will be encircled and annihilated. Night falls. The fighting stops. Most commanders would try to run away in the dark, which would lead to a massacre by the Roman cavalry. Khalid does the opposite. He spends the night reorganizing his exhausted troops. He takes the soldiers from the rear guard and moves them to the front. He takes the right wing and moves it to the left. He orders the cavalry to drag branches behind them, to kick up massive clouds of dust. Why? When the sun rises, the Romans look across the field. They see new faces. They see fresh banners they didn't see yesterday. They see dust clouds on the horizon, suggesting thousands of reinforcements are arriving. The Roman commanders hesitate. They think, if they fought this hard with 3,000, how hard will they fight with fresh reinforcements? Khalid orders a slow, disciplined withdrawal. He does not run. He backs away, swords facing the enemy. The Romans, fearing a trap, do not pursue. They stay put. Khalid successfully extracts his army from the jaws of death. He brings them back across the desert to Medina. When they arrive, the people of Medina, not understanding the military miracle that just occurred, begin to throw dust at the soldiers, shouting, "Furar! Furar! Runners! You fled from the path of Allah!" But the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, steps forward. He silences the crowd. He says, "They are not runaways. They are al-Qurar, the ones who return to fight." And of the man who led them, the Prophet declares, "Zaid took the flag and was martyred. Jafar took it and was martyred. Abdullah took it and was martyred. Then a sword of the swords of Allah took the flag, and Allah granted victory at his hands." From that day forward, Khalid bin Walid was known as Saif-ullah, the sword of Allah. Khalid had saved the army, but his war had just begun. The Prophet would soon pass away, and the Arabian Peninsula would explode into rebellion. The sword Allah would be drawn again, not against Rome, but against the false prophets of Arabia. Next time, the false prophet, the garden of death, and the bloodiest battle ever fought on Arabian soil. Subscribe to the House of Wisdom.